What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol BITF for Bitfarms. Now, this is a chart that, or a company rather, that is closely tied to the crypto space, so please be aware of what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, really the majors there in the crypto world to sort of keep an eye on what's happening with this company as well. They should move slightly correlated. If Bitcoin's up, that's obviously going to bode well for a company dealing in the crypto space. That being said, the left-hand side is the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, we are looking at the 30-minute intraday perspective. Looking at the daily first, just to map out obvious areas of support and resistance, what I'm noticing is, of course, that this is a newer IPO. So what we always tend to do in these scenarios is map out the opening print, which is down here at $4.04 just about, and the high of the opening drive, which was up here around $4.47. Obviously, we're trading above both of those levels, so if we start to see any sort of pullback, we want to see those areas start to act as support. If we do get there, I'm not saying we have to, but if we do, you want to start to see hammer candles print, maybe indecision dojis, anything that would sort of show signs of the pullback, stopping and thinking essentially at this prior area of resistance, saying, let's start to use this as support now and make forward and upward progress. So that's the first level I have to the downside here from the daily perspective. Obviously, after that, the IPO opening print at $4.04 just about should hold. Otherwise, I can imagine things would get rather nasty and start to move lower towards the lows of some of these, rather aggressive dips, if you will, on something that's trading sub 5. Obviously, that's a huge percentage move to go from 4 all the way down to 3. So that's the daily perspective. Now let's take our focus over to the 30-minute chart to see what's going on over here. Can we learn anything new? Were we pretty accurate? I would certainly argue that $4.50, this 447 that we mapped out, is a very accurate level that you need to pay attention to simply because of how technically it's acted. Prior support, then it acted as resistance, then it acted as support a number of other times. So that being said, a lot of eyes are on that level. It is acting the way it should be. Keep it on your charts. Next up, what else do we have? I'd certainly argue there's an area in here. Actually, if we just grab that other tool, sorry for the misclick there, that's going to be up here at $4.75, give or take, and that should also start to act as support simply because it was prior resistance, and that's a fundamental piece of technical analysis. When resistance is broken, it then should act as support. Now, notice that we've closed essentially up here at blue sky territories, and I would argue rather strong, right? It's not like we saw an impressive rejection all the way back down towards the open on today's session, rather a close, just kind of sideways grindish into the close, which again strikes me as rather strong as opposed to being weak. So what we always do in this scenario is just break out the Fibonacci's going from the low of today's move all the way up to the highs and just judging where we are based on the 38.2. This is nothing more than a healthy pullback. Remember, that's the first number that we always watch out for, and it happens to coincide with a nice round number, $5.10 just about, and so far it has been respected. So in terms of healthy pullback, it looks good. It looks like we closed strong at the highs. Notice on the daily perspective that we are seeing an increase in volume, which would bode well for continuation. So as long as volume remains elevated, we see more people interested in this stock. It starts to hold some of these critical pullback areas. Notably, the most important one that we've discussed is all the way down here at $4.47. If there's any sort of pullback, again, I'm not saying there has to be, but if there is, if it holds that area, I would start to be more bullish and look for that next higher high to continue the daily uptrend. The last thing I'll sort of check out with you in real time, I'm not sure if this is going to work, is simply a support trend line. So let's clean that up and break out our trend line tool. I haven't tested this before the video. This is all live in real time. That's not really going to be in play here. Let's try going from these lows, see if we get a tight fit. I would argue this could potentially be in play, right? So let's clean this one up, get rid of that, and talk about this one that we've just put into play. So anchor, sort of touch 1, touch 2. You can see the tight fit off of those last 3 touches really. Any sort of pullback into that, again, coinciding with maybe that 68.1, should be around that $5 mark, $4.90-ish. That would be a potentially buyable pullback, in my opinion, here in BITF for Bitfarms. So if you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section down below, or by simply leaving the video a thumbs up. Obviously, to the upside here before I sign out, I do want to point out we're just looking at blue sky levels, and on something trading sub 10, you're looking at 10-cent marks, 25-cent marks, and dollar marks to act as resistance overhead. So I wanted to get that piece in there, but as always, our main channel is linked down below in the description. All of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.